Hello students, I am Mrs. Johnson Mullings and I am your HFLE teacher for today. Our topic is managing my emotions, life skill focus is coping with emotions, and our value is composure. Now we're going to listen to a poem titled COVID-19 by Tony Barrett. What a predicament! COVID-19 caused big excitement. Every country under lockdown. Yes, even this beautiful island we call Jamdong. Picnic get 2 weeks school break. When me hear, me think a mistake. But when me watch the 7 o'clock news, me realize say, I feel true. Taxi man, fi carry people less. Who no have car, a stress them a stress. Supermarket run out of Lysol. So let me get some vitamins and cetamol. Everybody fighting over tissue. I can't seem to understand the issue. Better them go stock up on some food. Please don't touch me. I am not in the mood. Wash your hands before you eat. Sanitize before you greet. If you think you're going to use your hand, think again and use your feet. If you practice good hygiene, you will never be quarantined. Me tell you, this is the biggest outbreak me ever seen. Yes, this COVID-19. Aye. We will be exploring and checking in with some positive emotion. Now I want you to help me to complete this statement. Now I am feeling happy today because I am alive and well. How are you feeling? Tell me. Oh, you're feeling good? Good job. Because of what? Why are you feeling good? Why are you feeling happy? Because you're home. Nice. Now let us explore and understand that we have emotional triggers. We have positive and we have negative. Now, let us understand a little bit more about positive and negative emotions. Now, negative emotions include hate, regret, guilt, sadness, while positive emotions are pride, hope, love, happiness. Let's do a little activity. What pushes my button? What pushes your button? Is it being told no? How do you feel? Sad? Angry? What else? Is it being ignored? How do you feel? Do you feel annoyance? Do you feel shame? Take a look at what pushes my button on the screen and you're going to tick what triggers off your emotions. Now let us look at the value for today. Our value for today is composure. What do you think is composure? Now let us look at the formal definition for composure. Composure is the ability to maintain a peaceful and calm state of mind. This is important in managing our emotions so that we do not act inappropriately or in ways that could hurt self and others. Now, having an understanding of what composure is, let me ask, based on our negative emotions that we just looked at, how are you feeling? How do you maintain peaceful or calm state of mind when you have a negative situation? Now, let us look at our reflective questions. What am I currently going through that triggers negative emotions? How can composure, maintaining a peaceful state of mind, help me when I am experiencing negative emotions? Now that we have an understanding of positive and negative emotions, let us look at our life skill for today. And our life skill is coping with emotions. Now, there are 5 steps with coping with emotions. We're going to look at them. Let us go. Now, step 1, we need to recognize the trigger. What is the situation or event that has happened that has caused me to experience what I am feeling? Step 2, understand why I will respond in a certain manner. What thoughts am I having about the trigger that lead me to feel this specific emotion? How is my body and my brain reacting in this situation? Why do I feel the way I do? Step 3, understand consequences of responses. How do I feel like behaving in this situation? What do I want to say and do? What would be the unpleasant or negative effects of these actions? Step 4, determine appropriate response. What can I do to help me to deal with my emotions? How can I respond to this emotion in a way that is not hurtful or harmful to myself or anyone else? And step 5, respond appropriately. Is my reaction positive? Have I caused emotional or physical damage to anyone, including myself? There we go. Now that we have an understanding of the different steps in coping with emotions, let us look at this scenario and let us see how well the character cope with her emotion. Let us look at the positive or the negative. Now let us look at the screen. Tracy's mother died last year from pneumonia as a result of the flu. Now there is a global pandemic caused by the coronavirus, which can cause an even more severe case of pneumonia and death. This has caused Tracy to experience fear and sadness. She rarely eats, doesn't sleep at night, and spends most of her time in her room. She isn't attending classes online and is always in a bad mood and being mean to her friends. Now that we have an understanding of the scenario and the situation, what is the situation or event that has caused Tracy to become sad or fearful? Is it because of the death of her mother? Are you saying that? Okay. What possible thoughts could Tracy be having as a result of her emotions? I would say sadness. Yes. She's probably fearful too. Would you say that? Yes. What are possible consequences of Tracy's responses to her emotions? I would say probably failing, probably not sending in her assignments on time could cause possible consequences. The next question is, how could Tracy cope with her emotions in a more positive way? I would say to talk to an adult, talk to an aunt, or even a friend. Now let us look at the reflective question. How can I cope with my emotions in a positive way? How are you coping with your emotions? All right. Now we're going to look at some scenarios which could cause some negative emotion from this corona pandemic. Now the first slide. Athletes who worked all year for champs. how would you feel? How are you feeling? Some sort of negative emotions, right? Disappointment, right? Our second slide, studying for exams, CAPE, CSEC, PEP, how are you feeling? Online examination, I don't think about that, but guess what? We have to do it. Being home alone while parents or caregivers go to work, how are you feeling? Are you feeling loneliness? Not having all the resources needed to access schoolwork, no internet access, how are you feeling? Disappointment, fear? A loved one falling ill or dying as a result of coronavirus? What emotions are you feeling? General fear of getting sick from the virus, how are you feeling? I am feeling scared. How are you feeling? Remembering a loved one who died from similar causes of those resulting from coronavirus. Now that we have gone through the different scenarios, how are you feeling? What negative emotions are going through your mind? I want you to write down 1 or 2 negative emotions that you are currently feeling based on the different scenarios that we just looked at. Now let us have the reflective questions. What can I do to maintain composure when dealing with challenging emotional situations? Who can I go to for help in dealing with my negative triggers? I would recommend an adult, your guidance counselor, somebody. Now that we have a greater understanding of positive emotions, negative emotions, the different emotional triggers, we're now going to put in practice of how to cope with all these different emotions. Now, when I am coping with my different emotions, I use a simple acronym, and this is the SELF acronym. Now look at the screen and we're going to go through. Now the SELF acronym is sleep, exercise, leisure, food. Now when I am getting very emotional, I tend to sleep a lot. I tend to exercise and I do some leisure activities such as probably swimming or probably just browsing the internet, and then I love food, so I'm always cooking. I'm going to ask you to take out your journals and you're going to write or tell me a current situation that you're experiencing that could probably trigger a negative emotion. We're going to look at some questions that can help you to answer this. What are some feelings that you're currently experiencing? What is causing those feelings? How have I been coping so far? Who can I go to for help to cope with my emotions? What strategies will I use to cope in a better way? Now that we have a complete understanding of managing our emotions, our life skill focus today was coping with emotions, while our value was composure. Now I want you to go and be the boss of your feelings. Now we will be posting a worksheet with I am the boss of my feelings, and I want you to complete the sentences, and this will help you to cope with your emotions in a more positive way when you're going through the different scenarios or situations.